Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Photoshop Magic. My name is Sophal, and today we're going to be talking about a very unique project today. It's how to put any image inside of any shape in Photoshop. Okay, so as you can see in my thumbnail right here, we have just a regular image of a woman right here and the background that of a regular photograph, and we were able to put her inside of this flower shape thing that makes it look quite amazing. And at the end of the day, you can save this as JPEG and print it out as if it was a regular image taken by a regular camera of any sort. And but this is a very unique way of making it. And yeah, so let's get started. So yeah, so basically, this channel is focuses on the magical and creative power of Photoshop. It's designed for anybody who has no prior knowledge at all to get him or her excited and inspired to master Photoshop at the basic and intermediate level. So if you want to see more videos of these basic and intermediate level of Photoshop, consider subscribing, like, and turn on the notification bell so that you are notified the moment a video is posted. And as always, if this video is too detailed or slow for you, you can also speed it up to 2 times speed, and you will hear me talk in a funny way, and hopefully it will turn your bad day into an amazing day, laugh it up, and all is well. So as always, give credit to the owner of the photographs used, like below. I got this image from pixels.com, which is totally free to use, and thank you so much for the love and support. Before we get started, though, I'm gonna make sure you smash that like button, and I'm going to show you a 10-second clip of how fun it is of me talking 2 times faster. In Photoshop, it's a very complex program, so meaning that throughout this whole tutorial, try not to get ahead by clicking away. Every click counts, because if you are one click away where a certain thing is not highlighted or it's not selected, and you go on to the next step and it's not working, and it can get pretty frustrating. That's hilarious, right? Yeah, so you can basically do the same thing with this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. Um, so as always, here's a website of where I got the image from. I just did a search within pixels, and I was able to find one image. You can, choose as many different images that you want in here. Okay, so once you have chosen your image, we're gonna click on the drop down arrow. We're gonna click on free download, and then you're gonna click on show in folder, and then you can open it up. So and then make sure you know where you saved it. So let's just say you save it to different location. Make sure you know where to find it. Okay, so once that is done, we're gonna open up a brand new file, and we want to just a white slate. Just open it up and make sure that this is white. The background content is white, and we want to click create, and there we have it. Okay, so that's the very first thing. The second thing we want to do is we want to create a shape. Okay, so in Photoshop, if you are using the latest version or a version that is pretty recent, you can actually find a pre-made shape already. So you want to right click on this shape right here. This is custom shape, and then click on custom shape tool. And up here you'll be able to find many different options in here. If you click on the drop down arrow, as you can see right here, we have many different options. So as an example, if I were to choose this elephant right here, we're gonna left click on it. I'm gonna left click, hold and drag, and there you have it, an elephant. And you can, make any changes in here that you want. You can change the color around. Many different things in here. There you go. It's just many different colors to choose from. Or you can just use the white. But white on a white background, you can't really see it that much. So you have to be really careful on what options you have. If you can't see it, then make sure you change the color a bit. Um, I'm gonna try to match this particular project to match the thumbnail as much as possible. So I chose this one as the flower one. So we're gonna create a brand new flower one. This one we're just gonna left click, hold and drag right here, and we are going to go back to where it says layer. We click on layer. You can see the elephant right there. I'm gonna get rid of the elephant, okay? Because that was just an example of what this could look like. To get rid of it, it's super easy. You want to make sure it's highlighted first of all. You want to left click, hold and drag, and you want to drag it down to this trash bin right there. Yes, that's a trash bin. When I didn't know Photoshop, I didn't know what it was either. So, and once you see where it changes to this grabbing hand, we're gonna release it, and the elephant is gone. Okay. So as for the shape wise, I want to change the color of this flower real quick. We're gonna go to color, and we want to change the color a little bit to something so it looks different from the white background, so it doesn't look as transparent. You can't really see it. That's the whole idea of me changing the color. But it doesn't really matter because we're going to put an image above it, okay? So we're going to go back to the layer. We're going to click on the layer tool. And you can see right here, it's two separate flowers, see? The white one we can't really see. So this white one right here, we want to get rid of it. We're going to left click, hold, and drag. Apologize for that. Okay, perfect. So now we only have one. We also have a background. So now that we're here, we want to click on the move tool so we can actually move it around. And then we want to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to hold the control button down, CTRL bottom left of the keyboard, and we're going to tap T. And as you can see, it brings up this box around it, which allows us to make it bigger or smaller. So I'm just going to hover over, if I just hover around these borders right here, I'm going to see these two arrows, which will allow me to like rotate it. It's pretty awesome. So, or if I just hover over above this corner right here, it's gonna give me the shape where I'm gonna be able to maximize it a little bit. And you can see it's not the regular anymore. We want to make it even again, just like that. And then we want to drag it be as big as possible again. Perfect, just like that. There we have it. It's a beautiful flower, right? And if you like it the way it is right now, you want make sure you click on the check mark to make sure that it's checked. So this button will no longer be there. And the next thing that you want to do is you want to bring in your image, okay? So you want to go to File, you want to go to Open, you want to open up the image that you already downloaded from Pixel. We're going to click on Open, and it's going to open up in a different uh, tab right here. So you want to be able to bring this image to the other part right there. And you can't really just like left click, hold, and drag it in there. It won't let you. So you have to make sure to click on this lock right here to unlock it. So, and then make sure you're using a drag tool. Make sure the move tool is selected. And we want to left click, hold, and drag. Okay, this part, if you haven't done it before, it can get a little bit tricky. But if you have done it before, you should know exactly what to expect. So we're going to left click, hold, and drag. And it almost seems like we're going off of the uh, border a little bit here, but what we want is to hover above this one, and as you can tell, it changes automatically to the original one that we have. And all I did was I haven't released the left button yet. I hover above it, it changes to this one. Now I'm gonna bring it down here, anywhere in the white space area, and I'm gonna release the left click. And as you can see, she's pretty big in here. Okay, so um, it doesn't look as good, I mean, even though the image is very high quality, right? So we want to be able to shrink it down to match the shape of the flower in the back. So we want to hold the control button down the bottom left of the keyboard, and we're going to tap T. And you can't really tell, but basically it created this shape around it, just like before with the flower. So we resize it. And to be able to resize it, it's just really massive. Photoshop always does that with especially with high resolution pictures. So you want to left click, hold, and drag to a corner until you can still see it a little bit. So you can left click, hold, and drag it up. So this point, I'm just dragging it up, and this time around, now that I see this double arrows, I'm gonna left click, hold, and drag. I'm shrinking it. Now I'm gonna make sure we're back to this arrow. We're gonna left click, hold, and drag it up again. So I'm going to keep on repeating this until it gets to the size that I need it to. So I'm going to drag it up. I'm going to make sure it changes back to this arrow. Left click, hold, and drag. Resizing it down. Dragging it up. Resizing it down. Dragging it up. Resizing it down. Dragging it up. Until it gets to the size. You can see it's getting smaller and smaller. And we don't want her to be too small either. So we just want her to match, right? So I want just, just the first half of her body is in that flower. So you just wanna, just like that. Perfect. And now that we have that, we have to make sure that layer 1 is selected. If it's not already is, it should still be selected. And the next thing that you want to be able to do is you want to go to layer and you want to create a clipping mask. Okay, layer, you want to create clipping mask. Okay, so what that does is it puts her in the background of that flower shape, and we can still move her around. Now, as you can see, it doesn't look as nice because it doesn't fit perfectly. It's okay because we can still hold the control button down. We're going to tap T, bring it up again, and then we're going to make her large again to cover as much of the background in her image and also her to cover this area. So we're just going to keep on doing it like that. And now we're just going to move it around a little bit to make sure it looks nice. And we don't want her face to be covered by these lines either. So just like that, I think it looks perfect. So we want to click on save, and as you see, it looks really nice. So that's basically it. And again, you can use any shapes that you want, any of that, and you can also, I would highly recommend you save this first. So we're going to go to File. As always in Photoshop or any software that you use, it's always a good practice to save your work as you go along, especially in the beginning. We're going to save it. We're going to give it a name. So adding a photo inside a shape. Perfect, just like that. And the very first file format that we want is always going to be Photoshop. The reason why, even if this is our final work, is because we want to be able to make modification in the future. If we so choose, we can make modification in the future with the Photoshop format because it will open it in Photoshop with all the layers that we put in. And so you can, make more modification to the different layers. Okay, we're going to click and save. And if this was our regular format already and we like it, and as our final work, we can click on Save As and save it as a different format. So we can actually save it as a JPEG right there. And then we can click Save. And there you go. So now, even if I were to make changes to this and I end up not liking it, I already have this particular one saved up. So I can still open it up and just create brand new ones. That is the beauty of Photoshop. And the one that you want to be saving is you want to be save as. Okay? Save as just means that you're saving a totally separate file from the original. So however you saved it, you can rename it to a different one. You can put it in a different location, and there is no limit to save as. You can do 10 different things in save as. So let's just say we want to make more modification to this. Okay. So let's just say we want to change the settings right here to, dissolve or darken, to different effects in here. Darker color, lighten, screen, dodge. Let's just say we find something that we like, which we can't really find anything that we like. Let's just say we like this one too, darken a little bit, okay? And this seems like it's kind of like black and whitish in a way. It has a separate tone to it, and we really like it a lot. So we want to save it to a separate file. We're going to go to Save As. We're going to give it a different name, so we'll just give it a 2. Okay, so this is the original one. So if I were to open up this one in Photoshop, it's going to have that original one before this new one was created. And just like that, we'll give it a 2. We're going to save it. And then I want to make sure I want to save it as a JPEG also. So we're going to go to File. We're going to make sure that this time it's switched to JPEG. Just like that. So this way, when I go to my files, when we go to our files right here, we will actually see the many different types of files that we saved. So like this one. And for this is the first one that we saved. Just like that, the original save. And then I'm going to minimize it. And this is the new one that we saved. And we like the first one a lot better. And that's and that's okay. And we also like both. And that's basically it. If you find um, my work to be creative and also you find values in this, please smash the like button and share my videos and make sure to turn on that notification bell. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have an amazing day.